hear us. So like always, we're gonna do 2 rounds with 8 exercises. I'll go over each of them, and then they're different modifications for seated or if you're on the ground. And then we'll have the new speed round, which will consist of 4 exercises. And today we're gonna do 30 seconds instead of 15. Those will be nonstop. And then as always, I will always say the exercise, and I'll be your timer as well. We also have the timer on, if you can see it, for some of those who are seated that are able to see it. If not, I'll always count us down. The first exercise we're gonna do today is gonna be front squats with straight arms. So those who are standing, you're gonna go in about a standing position with shoulder width apart for your feet. Those arms are gonna go in straight in front of you, or you can put them right at your shoulder level and then at an even with the floor angle. And then you're squatting down. Same thing if you're straight, and then coming back up. You always want to keep those arms straight. For those who are sitting, and this is Nicole's favorite, is Flutter Arms. So you're gonna stand out straight arms, and then you can either hold items, bands, dumbbells, and then you can go at your own pace, or you can change that range of motion and now focus more on the strength aspect if that's what you're going for. Changing it up as well, or the way you hold them. That's gonna be the first exercise. The second one is gonna be star jumps for those who are standing, and that is the highest level. It's gonna add jumps, so just like a jumping jack, but the new element as you do the jumping jack, then you're flaring out those kicks. The second modification, if you're standing and you don't wanna flare out those legs, you're gonna do just a normal jumping jack. And those who are seated, it's gonna be seated jacks, or you can add seated jacks and then adding the step. I don't have my fancy camera, but it's gonna be either seated, or you can add the tap as you go, or together. The third one is gonna be single arm rows for those who are standing. If you have your weight, your band, your can's good. You're gonna have your weight. You're gonna put it on your left arm or right, whichever you start. You're gonna have a good form, good back, and then you're just rowing. Making sure you're keeping that chest nice and tight. Same thing goes for your band or your can good. You're essentially leaning over, your back is straight. For those who are seated, same thing. You can start. Make sure you stabilize yourself. You have that band or item on the, for me, it's the left-hand side. Lean over. Your chest should be nice and out, and then you're rowing. You can do these together. So it's one motion for a row, or you can focus on one arm. And those are the different variations. The fourth one is gonna be, I call them Frankensteins. I don't know the actual name. You're gonna have both hands out if you're standing, and then you're gonna try to kick up as fast as you can go. If you have limited range of motion, then you could do small kicks, or you can just bounce. Now for those who are seated, make sure you stabilize yourself as well. Arms are gonna be out, and then you're reaching across opposite hand, opposite foot. As far as you can go. If you can't reach your ankles, then just do knees, keeping that core tight. If you can reach to your shin or ankle level, same thing. Biggest focus on this, it's you're engaging your core and you're focusing on the reach. The fifth one is gonna be, for those who are standing, diagonal punches, always on our boxing stand, meaning for me, my left foot is forward, my right foot is back, my hands are at my chin level, and then we're reaching above our head, diagonally, nice and controlled. For those who are seated, same thing, stabilize yourself, always find good form. If you're gonna reach over your head, if you have limited range of motion in your shoulders, or you can't reach over your head, then go ahead and then just diagonally punch at your midline, right at your chest level. The sixth one is gonna be a row and reach for those who are standing, meaning you're gonna start with your hands and palms facing away from you. You're going to start nice shoulder width apart. Go ahead and row that weight, then come up, turn, and press. Same thing, it's a push and pull motion. For those who are seated, same thing, always stabilize yourself. It's gonna, a lot of trunk work and core, and then also those back muscles. So you're gonna row the weight, then turn your wrist, and then press. There should be one smooth motion. If you're using bands, or if you're using dumbbells, or any weight that you're adding, or just body weight. You can even use a bar, but that will just curl it, and then you're just pressing. It's just the biggest thing to focus in this one is the push and pull motion. The 7th one is gonna be chest flies. So you're gonna start with your weight or no weight, right at 90 degrees with your elbows in, and then you're opening out. Bringing them in tight. So it's a fly motion, and then make sure those elbows are 90 degrees. Same thing for seated. It's just opening up and then closing, almost like a W when you're opening up. You can do these with bands, you could do them with weights, whatever you choose. Biggest focus for this is keeping those elbows at 90 degrees and then squeezing really tight and squeezing when you open up. The 8th one is going to be jump ropes for those who are standing. Same thing, if you have an actual jump rope, go ahead and use it. If not, you're going to start moving those wrists, and then the feet are moving in rhythm. And then seated, same thing. You can just use your arms, and if you're able to, you can use the taps or one and one like a march you can also do. So those are the first 8. We'll get started. If anyone has any questions, please ask me, Gwen, or Emily as we get started. Everyone good to go? It seems like it. So we'll get started with our stretches. As always, we're gonna start from our head down to our feet. We're gonna start with a neck rotation, pick one way, get it nice and loose. Good job, Jerry. Nicole's turned off her camera for today again. We got about 5 more seconds, and then go ahead and switch. So if you're going clockwise, go ahead and go counter, vice versa. Nice and controlled. Nice and relaxed. Make sure you have water ready. You're noticing your breathing. From here, we're gonna go into our shoulders. So go ahead and roll them back. Nice and controlled. You know your range of motion. If they're real tight, then go small and slow. Little by little, opening up the range of motion based on your level. So nice, you can just squeeze 2 if you have limited range of motion. So we're going backwards. In about 5 seconds, we're gonna go forward. Good job, Jeremiah. Go ahead and switch. So now you're gonna go forward or just squeeze. So nice and controlled. Good job, Paul. Next one we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on our wrists. So hands out and then just turn them out. Nice and controlled. There you go, good job everyone. You open the hands too as well. You're gonna be holding weight. About 5 seconds, then we're gonna rotate the opposite way. So go ahead and start rotating inward or outward if you were going opposite. From here, we're gonna focus now on our shoulders. So take the left arm and then based on your range of motion, just rotate it nice and back. If you have limited range of motion, you could just bend the elbow. Good job, everyone.
The left, you mean the left or the right?
The left, Paul, or your right, you could choose. Yeah, so if you're able to, you want to keep that arm straight and go full rotation. If you have shoulder pain or if you've had shoulder surgery, then just bend it, limit it. Go ahead and rotate the opposite way now. So go to your right arm or go to your left, depending on what you were doing. Nice and controlled. We got about 2.5 minutes. Next, we're going to go into our hips. For those who are standing, you're going to just start shifting your weight in a circular motion. If you're seated, go ahead and shift with your trunk. Just opening up the hip flexors, just getting nice and loose. If not, you can just slowly rotate, moving your trunk. What this does is you really want to open up your hip mobility. You just want to get it nice and loose, even if you're seated. So you can even stretch out in front of you, lean back, just getting those hips nice and loose. From here, the next one we're going to go is into our knees. If you're standing, go ahead and bring your left knee, make sure you're balanced. If you're seated, there's a couple options. You can go from, if you're able to bring your knee up, to massaging the quad. So just putting some pressure on the quads and then just slowly massaging it out, or just moving it around, getting it nice and loose with your hands. So a couple options. Another one too is reach and hold it. That'll activate the hamstrings of the leg. So there's a couple variations of ways to warm up your legs. If you're standing, go ahead and balance. Really bring that knee up. Go ahead and switch. And then seated, there's a couple different variations to the way to warm up those legs. From here, we're going to go to our last one is our ankles. Those are standing. Go ahead and do calf raises. If you're seated and you're able to, go ahead and just do small calf raises too. If not, go ahead and massage the calf muscle, or slowly roll those ankles if you're able to. Get them nice and opened up and loose. From here, we're going to reach up, arms up, stretching out the trunk. Go ahead and go down and then bring it up again. We got 15 seconds. One more. All right. So go ahead and get some water. We're going to get started. Make sure you get water, you get your weights ready. Okay, we're starting in 10 seconds. First one is front squats for those who are standing, and those who are seated, flutter arms. We're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, and work. 27 seconds, keep working. If you're standing, you're doing straight arm front squats, or you can bend them just like you're holding a bar, your choice. 13 seconds. You can also slow it down, focus on the weight. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job, everyone. Next one we're going to is star jumps for those who are standing, or jumping jacks. Those who are seated, seated jacks. We're starting in 10 seconds. Seated jacks, you can hold weight or no weight, just opening those arms all the way up. 3, 2, 1, and work. Good job, everyone. You can also add weights to these for the seated jacks or jumping jacks, just slow down the motion. 15 seconds. Good job, everyone. Good job, Jerry. Good job, Gina. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next one we're going to, hey, Kurt, we're going to is single arm rows for those who are standing. Remember, lean a little bit, that back is straight. You're doing individual arms, those rows. For those who are seated, you can do them together or one arm. And go. So nice and controlled. At 15, you can switch. I'll be your timer. 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch arms. Good job, Nicole. Drop, Paul. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next one we're doing for those who are standing is Frankensteins. Arms are going to be straight out. Then you're trying to kick, touch your hands. If you have limited range of motion, you can just slowly kick. And those who are seated, arms are out. You're going to try to touch either your ankle or your knee. Go ahead, start. 30 seconds. Nice and controlled. You know your range of motion. Reach as far as you can go. 15 seconds. There you go, Emily. Look, she looks like Frankenstein. Kicking. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next one, diagonal punches. If you are standing, it's going to be over your head and across. Seated, same thing. Make sure you're breathing. Get some water. 3, 2, 1, and work. Good job. Should highlight Nicole. Look at her go. 20 seconds. There you go, Nicole. 13 seconds. 10. There you go, Jeremiah. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, next one. We're going to do the row and reach. For those who are standing, you're going to row it, come up, turn the wrist, and press. Seated, same thing. You can just row. The biggest thing is focus on a push and pull movement and work. So you could row, press. It doesn't have to be fast if you're doing it with weights. Really focus it on the movement. 15 seconds, halfway there. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next one, chest flies. Those who are standing, palms are going to be together. You're opening out. You can do these with weights. You don't have to. Seated, same thing. 3, 2, 1, and work. You want to see like a W when you open up. Those elbows are 90 degrees. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10. Good job, Gina. So bring those elbows in and then open out and squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Last one, jump ropes. Those who are standing, if you have a jump rope, go ahead and use it. If you don't, imaginary. Seated, same thing. Work on your wrists. You can add taps if you're able to. March. 3, 2, 1, and work. 30 seconds. Good job, everyone. I really should get a real jump rope so I won't look silly. 20 seconds. There you go, Emily. She looks more realistic. 10 seconds. 5. There you go, Paul. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Paul got the music going. All right, we got rest. We got 30 seconds, and we're going to go into our speed.
That was my fan. That wasn't music, that was my fan.
Oh, okay. So we got 30 seconds. Make sure you're getting water. You're breathing, notice it. We're going to go into our speed round. For the speed round, because Kurt joined us late, we're going to do, for those who are standing, a squat. And then you're doing elbows. For those who are seated, you're gonna do the boxing elbows, meaning you're gonna stabilize yourself. Same thing, bring those wrists right by your eye level, and then you're swinging that elbow, nice and controlled. Everything is controlled. The second one, for those who are standing, is seal jacks. Straight arms, palms are together, just like a jumping jack. If you don't want to jump, then you can step. Biggest focus is those arms are straight. You're really engaging that chest. For those who are seated, you can add weight or without it. Biggest thing is focus, keeping those arms straight. Even if you slow it down, just squeeze. If you're able to, then you can add the taps together or individually. The third exercise is going to be our jab, jab, uppercut. So hands are going to be, if you're standing, boxing position, meaning one foot is forward, one is back, really arms at the chin level, the fist. Then jab with my left, jab with my right, and then you could throw uppercut with either or, so uppercut. So it's jab, jab, uppercut. Same thing for seated, jab, jab, uppercut. You're just throwing combinations for those 30 seconds. And the last one, for those who are standing, there's gonna be either you start kneeling, make sure if there's carpet that it doesn't hurt your knees. Emily, I don't know if there's carpet in the office, but you're gonna start at a kneeling to a stand. That's the hardest one. If you don't have carpet or you don't wanna do that one, you can do just squat, nice and controlled. For those who are seated, we're gonna do our Russian twist, either with our feet grounded, if you're able to, feet elevated, you can choose the variation. So if everyone's ready, we're gonna start with our speed round. Everyone good to go? Paul's good, Emily's good, Jeremiah, Kurt, Jerry. Let me put the timer. Okay, if everyone's ready, set, go. Starting with squats. Hold the squat with elbows. If you're seated, just do elbows. 15 seconds. So nice and controlled. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Going to seal jacks. Ten seconds, nice and controlled. You can slow it down. Focus on your breathing. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jab, jab, uppercut. Remember, notice your breathing. If you need water, take breaks. If you're breathing hard, slow it down. 15 seconds. Jab, jab, uppercut. Or just throw jabs if you like it more. 8 seconds. Keep working. Last one, and go. Either Russian twist if you're seating, need a stand, or squat. 15 seconds. Good job, everyone. Keep working. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Make sure you get some water. We got a minute. The biggest thing in the speed is notice your breathing, notice your form. Make sure you're getting water. And if you feel fatigued, just slow it down. Slow down the exercise. Or drop the weight, because if you have weight, that'll most likely will cause you to do back technique. We got 45 seconds. Then Nicole will take us in the second round of speed. Good job, Paul. We got 30 seconds. And we got it again. The squats with elbows, or those who are seated, boxing elbows, seal jacks or seated seal jacks, the jab, jab, uppercut, and then the kneel to stand, the squat, or the Russian twist. Starting in 15. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Start. Squat with elbows. Or if you're seated, elbows. 18 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and seal jacks. Nice and controlled. Good job, Paul. Good job, Gina. Remember, slow it down and then just squeeze. 9 seconds. 3, 2, go ahead and go to your jab, jab, uppercut. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Job, Kurt. 10 seconds. Keep working. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Kneel to stand, squats, or Russian twist. Russian twist, focus on that core. Really just rotating your hands. Not you're either squatting or you're doing the kneel to stand. Kneel to stand really focuses on your balance. Squats focuses on your lower body and the power. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We have a minute and a half. Make sure you're getting water. We'll do our last circuit. Make sure you're getting water. We're going to go back to our first 8 exercises. And I'll go over them for Kurt. It's going to be the front squats with straight arms, and we'll show them as we go. The star jumps, the rows, the Frankensteins, the punches, the row and reach, the flies, and then jump ropes. And I'll go through all of them, Kurt, as we're doing them. We got 35 seconds. And we'll get started. Make sure you're drinking water. Notice your breathing. We're going to start in 20. If everyone's ready, we're starting in 10 with front squats with straight arms or flutter arms. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and work. So you can add weights to these if you choose to. If not, nice and controlled, really focusing on your shoulders. 15 seconds. Good job, everyone. Good job, Jerry. Good job, Paul. There you go, Kurt. You add weights, nice and controlled. Change the elevation. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Second exercise for those who are standing is either star jumps or jumping jacks. If you're seated, and you're doing seated jacks, and if you're able to, you're adding the jump. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and work. 25 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Good job, Nicole. Three, two, and rest. Next one is the single arm rows. For those who are seated, focus on one arm, if not together. Those who are standing, lean over. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and work. 25 seconds. At halfway, I'll switch you. 3, 2, and switch arms, unless you're doing it together. Make sure that back is straight. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We got 20 seconds. Make sure you're getting water. For those who are standing, as a Frankensteins, you kick up, straight leg, straight arm. If you're range of motion, then just kick. And if you're seated, reach and go. So you go to your knee, you go to your shin, or if you're fully able to extend, reach for your ankle. All of them work. And that's focusing on engaging your core. Good job, Jerry. I'll just tap that knee. Good job, Gina. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Make sure you're getting water. Next one is diagonal punches. Remember, over your head, even if you're standing, range of motion, just right here at the chest level, crossing the midline, and work. We got 23 seconds. We are 25 minutes in. Good job, everyone. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next one is the row and reach. For those who are standing, palms are going to be facing you. You're in that squat position, leaning over with your chest. Row it, squeeze the back, pop up, and press. Seated, same thing. Row and press, and go. 25 seconds, keep working. Good job, everyone. You can slow it down or you can go fast as long as you're keeping form. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. 20 seconds. Next one is the chest slides. For those who are standing, palms are together, 90 degrees, opening out, bringing back in. Same thing for seated. Stabilize yourself, squeeze, bring in. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and work. 30 seconds. Should look like a W when you open up. 10 seconds. Good job, everyone. Good job, Jeremiah. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Last one. Push yourself. Jump ropes. Those who are standing, and Emily probably does a better job of realistically looking like you're jumping a rope. 8 seconds. If you're seated, just move those arms, and if you're able to, add the taps. 3, 2, 1, and work. 25 seconds. 20. Keep working. 15. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. And we are done. Time for cool down. So we're going to start with opening our arms nice and wide, catching that air. Hold it, bring it back down. We're going to do it 5 times. One more time. Nice and controlled. Our heart rate has gone up, so you really want to catch the air. Slow it down. 2 more times. Last time. From here, we're going to go to our side reaches. So bring the right arm over your head and lean. You can't bring it, then just go ahead and lean. And hold it. We got about 5 more seconds. Then we're going to rotate to our left arm. Go ahead and rotate. If you can't bring it over your head, then you could just lean to the side, or you can reach. Same thing for seated. Either lean or reach. You just really want to stretch out your trunk, this part of your area. 5 more seconds. From here, we're going to do, if you're standing, go ahead and put your arms at your sides and then bend the back. Be careful, nice and gentle. If you're seated, almost like a cobra, you're just going to put your hands on your chair and then push, tension on it, really stretching out that back, curving it. Go ahead and relax, and then you could keep doing it nice and controlled. It's easier when you're seated. If you're standing, just put those arms back. Feel the stretch. From here, we're going to put our hands together, and then we're going to stretch out those wrists, holding it. Nice arm strength. Really stretching out the tricep too. 5 more seconds. Then we're going to go overhead and same thing. Really stretching it out. Go ahead and bring it down nice and controlled. You're going to bring your right arm and bring in the left arm under. Really stretching out. We got 2.5 minutes. This is stretching out our tricep. Go ahead and rotate now to the left arm. So that right arm will come right under the elbow. Stretch it out. Good job, everyone. From here, we're going to focus on a reach. So go ahead and reach back. If you're seated, if you're standing, just reach behind your back. Stretching it out. We got about 5 more seconds. And then the next one we're going to do is you're going to focus on your neck. So just going to the left, holding it. Go ahead and go to the right. You're going to take your left arm if you're standing, and then slowly rotate your spine. If you're seated, do it nice and controlled. You can place your hand on the seat and then slowly rotate that spine to the left side. Got about 5 more seconds, then we're going to go to the opposite way to the right side. Go ahead and rotate. Standing or seated. You got about 5 more seconds. From here, you're going to go over under with your arms, so open it up wide. And then just go over under, straight arm, nice and loose. Job, Jim. You got about 5 more seconds. Next one you're going to do is you're going to take the left arm behind your neck and put your right hand right at the elbow. And then you should feel a stretch, never pain. Really stretching out the tricep. And hold it. Then go ahead and rotate. Now right arm, the left hand will go on the elbow. We got about 30 more seconds. Okay, now release. So we're gonna finish with our breathing. So 5 seconds up, hold it for 2 and breathe out. And I'll be your timer. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2. Breathe out. We got 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2. Breathe out. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. And breathe out. Good job, everyone. And we are done. Make sure you get water. That was another HIIT for today. Good seeing some faces I haven't seen in a while. Good to see you, Jim and Kurt.